Hello. Back again. I got a lot of YouTubes lately. Smoking. Somebody stop me. I wanted to talk about the three-card spread in ways that probably you haven't seen before. And once we understand what we're doing with the card reading and how it's really conceptual blending is what we're doing. Taking some randomness and adding it to elements of our question to force ourselves to see things in a different way, come up with new ideas and things we didn't see before. And that's what we're doing with conceptual blending. And that's what we're doing with the tarot reading. And once we see that, we realize how important these positions are, or they're elements of our question. And without good elements of a question, we're not going to find good answers to what we're looking to seek knowledge about. So to be able to change the position meanings of a card spread can be very helpful. And if any of you are familiar with my Celtic cross, a lot of you like what I've done with that and finding it more useful than just a traditional classic Celtic cross, which is still nice. But anyway, three-card spread, I have something. What I've done here is in Essential Tarot, Unlocking the Mystery. I go into the Celtic cross, to the three-card spread in a way that you probably won't find anywhere else. And I'm going to go over that with you here. It's called the 216. At least that's what I named it. And so basically we have a three-card spread is past, present, and future. And usually what that's doing is it's implying that, okay, this is your past, this is what happened, this is the present, this is what you're currently going through, and this is the future. This is what is going to happen in the future, how things are going to end up, how it's all going to shake out for you. And that's how it's usually seen as a three-card spread. I like to look at a three-card spread as the past is what in the past have you experienced that will help you with this objective you're trying to accomplish now, or help you find answers to this question that you have right now. What in the past, what experiences, what have you gone through that will help you find what you're looking for? How can you use something from the past that will help you get the right results you want? The present I look in as what actions are you currently taking right now to get this accomplished? And are those the right actions? Is there something more useful you could be doing to get this accomplished? And the future I look at as opportunities that you should look for, to keep an eye out for, that are coming in the future. So that if you're keeping an eye out for them, if you're looking for them, when they come, you'll be able to grab them. And that's how I like to do the three-card. It's still past, present, and future. It's just a different way of looking at what those words mean. A lot of you know that another three-card that I use is strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities. What are your strengths? Are you using them all to get this accomplished, what you're trying to do? You have something you're overlooking that you could be putting to good use about yourself? Weaknesses. What weaknesses do you have? Are you protecting them from being exposed in this situation? Or are you trying to strengthen those weaknesses? in some way, in case they're tested. And opportunities, again, the same thing, things to keep an eye out for. So when you do see them, you'll realize, okay, this is it right here. We have opportunities all the time. We just don't ever see them. We're not looking for them. But if you know they're coming, you keep an eye out for them. So that's how I like to see a 3 card in another way besides past, present, and future. Another way you can look at the 3 card is positive aspects to this question, negative aspects to the question, and then there we make a decision. There's closure. What are we going to do? We're way out to 2. What do we got here? What a closure. So these are just different things you could do with 3 cards. It doesn't have to be past, present, and future. We're taking elements of a question, and then we add random tarot cards to these positions to be associated with those meanings, to find ideas that we didn't see before. Making an association between this random tarot card in some way that'll fit that element of the question forces our mind to reach for different ideas we didn't see before. So we have new ideas that we didn't have before we sat down to do the reading. And that's the power of the reading. So anyway, in Essential Tarot, like I said, I created something called the 216, and I put it in there. And the 216 is a list of different aspects to the question. We take random tarot cards and we place them in fixed elements. But you could also take and change these elements to words that will be something more useful for what you're looking into. And you could also make them random. So now not only are the cards random, but the things we're looking into with those cards can be random too. So the 216, what I have here is the 3 positions marked A, B, and C. And the top is past, present, and future. You can see that. And then strengths, weaknesses, opportunities. And then I have modify, create, influence, location, strategy, timing, and there's a list of other ones down below that. So what you can do now is you can use any of these. Or you could also take and randomly select one of in column A here, location, maybe in number 4. And then in B, maybe I'll take position 5, eliminate. And then C, maybe I'll take future, position 1. We can randomly select these with a pair of dice, with 1 dice. You take 1 dice and have your client roll the dice for position 1. And then roll the dice, and then whatever number that is, 1 through 6, is what that meaning is going to be for position 1. And then roll the dice again for position 2, and whatever that meaning is for position 2, so on, in the same way, and position 3. So now we're randomly getting elements to look into. And we have to try to way of make these elements work in some way that will make sense with the reading. Then we place random cards into those elements. So if you were to take and you could change these. This is what I just put up there. It's called the 216. The reason it's called the 216 is because this here with 6 elements for position A, 6 elements for position B, and 6 for C, this creates a combination of 216 different 3-card spreads, intermixing all of these together comes out to 216. So I call it the 216. And here you can see samples we have. If you took a dice, one dice, and had your client roll and he got 3 in position A, then he rolls it again for position B and he got a 4. And then he rolled it a third time for position C, he got a 6. So now in what ways can we modify this situation? And how can we plan a strategy with this new modification? And as we're doing that, is there some way we can combine things that are involved with this? Will that help us in some way? These are just things to look into. Position, I've got a sample 2. I have rearrange, substitute, in the future. So in what ways can we rearrange things in this situation that would be helpful to us? Is there anything we could substitute that's in the picture right now that we can get rid of and change it with something else? And how will it affect our future if it does? Was there repercussions, consequences? What are they? Position or sample 3. Here I have past for 1. What can we substitute again? And timing. So what in the past did we do that we can associate this to in some way that worked for us in the past? Will it work if we do it here? What can we substitute again? And when do we act here? When's the best time to act with position C? Timing. Here we have location, create, and opportunities. Is there some way we can create a different location than where we're doing this challenge or this objective we're looking into? Maybe location could have a key element here. Maybe it's a meeting place or somewhere we work, or is there something somewhere where we do whatever we're trying to accomplish here? Maybe if we change that location, how can we create new energy for this situation? Maybe this new location would have something to do with that. And what opportunities do you think that this new location would bring us if we did create opportunities there, create a new situation there? This brings up randomly selecting elements to the question. Now forces us to look at these different aspects of what we're looking into before we even throw a card down. Then the cards are laid into those positions and conceptually blended to create new ideas that we didn't see before. This 216, you could put your own words in there. You don't have to use what I have here. Actually, I think I changed a few of them from the book Essential Tarot. And I don't even call it the 216 here yet. I do mention that there are 216 variables, but over time, after that book was published, I just decided to call it the 216 instead of a 3-card. And you could actually even create more than this if you wanted to go with 2 dice instead of 1. Then you'd have 2 through 12. That's 11. And that would create a lot more different combinations. Coming up with words or keywords for meanings here that might be beneficial in some way to different challenges and ideas or objectives people are going through and trying them out. These here that I've picked here, I think are useful ones, but you could come up with other ones. Sometimes it's a good idea to just reverse things. Sometimes it's a good idea to magnify. I have magnify in there, enlarge something, substitute something, combine something in there. How can you influence something that you're not influencing right now? So this adds another whole angle to doing a simple 3-card spread. And I think it's one that you might find something you might like to look into. And like I said, you're more than welcome to use these. And you could also find, or maybe you want to change a few of them, keep some of them, change other ones. But when you start to work with conceptual blending, or you're working with the tarot cards and you realize the importance of the meanings of these positions, because they're aspects of the question we're looking into. So they are very important. And usually what a reader will do will find a spread that seems to fit, the meanings seem to fit into what we're looking into more than the other spreads. But you can change the meanings yourselves. You could ask these cards whatever you want to ask them. You don't have to, you're not stuck with these meanings. And my Celtic cross is proof of that. So being able to change the meanings and also being able to set up a situation where you could randomly select what we're looking into as far as an element for that particular spread, really can give you a lot of range of different ideas that you didn't see before. So a 216. Hope you like that. Keep throwing cards. We'll talk soon. Again, this is we're having our Zoom meeting on the 11th of May, 12 o'clock noon Chicago time, 10 o'clock a.m. LA. That's 1 o'clock in the afternoon New York, 6 o'clock p.m. London. All are welcome. Go to tarotmaps.com. It's a link down below. Go to the tarot gatherings and just click in and come right in. Hope to see you there. Talk soon. Bye.